What's up, guys? Pickup video here. Nothing special, but you know, haven't really made a video in the last week, so I figured I'm about due. But it's really nothing major in this pickup video, so it's up to you if you want to watch it. Alright, first thing I picked up, just because of the sheer mintness of this particular thing. It's a Game Boy Pocket. This is like this is my second one now. This one is green, and as you can see, there's minimal surface scratches on the screen, and it is just super minty. So nice. It works. There's no problems with it, and yeah. So I had to pick this up. Game Boy Pocket. All right. My mom and I, Monday, since we were off from work, we decided to go into New York City for some dinner, and I was lucky enough to stop at the Nintendo World store that you probably saw in Pete Doerr's video, and I saw this, and I had to pick it up, and that's the Super Mario World Luigi. I took him out, but I did it carefully, so be able to keep that. But check him out. His arms go up and down, and his head moves. He's really cool. Now they had Luigi and Yoshi, but they only had about 4 or 5 Yoshis left, and they had a bunch of Luigis. So I kind of felt bad for him, you know, because no one wanted them. So I decided to opt for the Luigi statue just because of that reason, and he's awesome anyway. He's my favorite character in Smash Brothers, and he's way cooler than Mario. So yeah, Luigi. I also picked up a coffee mug, a Super Mario Brothers coffee mug, but that's at work because I drink coffee, obviously, and I work in a cubicle, so what better place to have a coffee mug? So I don't have that to show you, but it's fucking awesome. I just showed you the Game Boy Pocket. Another Game Boy edition I picked up is the Super Game Boy here. It's loose, but it is in working condition. These things are pretty cool. You know, you could pop it in your Super Nintendo, and it kind of adds a little color to your Game Boy games, I believe. I didn't really get a chance to even play it, but from what I understand, it adds color to your Game Boy games, and you can play them on the big screen with the Super Nintendo controller. So can't pass that up. Moving on here, I don't know if I showed this in my last video. I may have, so forgive me if I did. That's Hammer & Hero for the PSP. This is still sealed. I didn't even open it yet. This is a platformer made by Atlas. It's pretty cool. From gameplay video that I've seen, it's pretty much a platformer where you're this dude right here, and you walk around with the hammer, and you know, you fuck people up and shit. It's pretty cool. So, Hammer & Hero. Most of my PSP games I don't even open. I just buy the copy, and then I'll download the game and play it on my soft modded PSP 1000. Just because I'm a collector, and what's better than keeping these sealed if you don't even have to open them? So, you know, usually just like this game, I have it downloaded. I haven't even played it, but I did download it, and I'll probably just keep this sealed and play the downloaded version. The next 2 games I picked up at FYE. They're all their games are like 75% off, so I got these games for extremely cheap. The first one here is Rogue Galaxy. This is an RPG that I've heard is relatively good. I've never played it, and I got it for about $5, maybe even in the $4 range. Other thing about FYE is they're used games, but they're so minty. It's like practically new anyway. I mean, you could buy a new game considered new from GameStop that's open, that's not even in as good condition as these used games from FYE, and they're practically priced. They were practically free, if you ask me. It's $4, you can't beat it. Rogue Galaxy. And the second one I picked up for approximately, I want to say, $10, no more than $10, and that's Last Remnant for the Xbox 360. Again, this game is in mint condition. This is an RPG made by Square Enix. It's a dual disc game. Comes with the manual. Everything's intact. No surface scratches on the discs. It's in great condition. I haven't got a chance to crack into this, but I certainly will when I get a chance. And that's The Last Remnant. Let's go with this. I picked up, you know, I'm always looking for boxes and stuff, just for systems that I don't have boxes to. And my flea market friend that I do repairs for, he says he has a PS2 box for me if I want it. I said, you know, of course I want it. I don't have a PS2 box, and I have a PS2, so give me the box. So he gives me this. And this does not look like any PS2 box that I've ever seen in the States, and that's because it's the Japanese version of the PS2 box. He somehow got a hold of this. As you can see in the back, it's all Japanese lettering everywhere. It's in decent condition, you know, considering where it's coming from here. It's got a few blemishes or whatever, but it's still a PS2 box, and it's pretty cool because it's a Japanese version. I found that pretty interesting, so I took that. Coming down to the end here, I picked up a Virtual Boy game, and that's 3D Tetris here for the Virtual Boy. I don't even know what to say. This game is not like any other Tetris I've ever played. It's crazy weird. It's three-dimensional, obviously, running on the Virtual Boy, but it's not where you just stare at it and you drop them down. It's more like a 3D cube, and you're dropping them down on a third dimension. So it's a very unique Tetris game. If you're into puzzle games, especially Tetris, and you have a Virtual Boy, I would definitely suggest this. It's pretty fun and affordable, and hey, if you want to get a Virtual Boy game, go for this. The next thing isn't even a video game related piece, but I remember having this as a kid when I used to skate back in the day, and it's really cool. It's the Panasonic Shockwave cassette and radio player here. This thing is made to be beat the shit. I mean, you could throw this thing from the top story and it's probably not going to break. Just like, it reminds me a lot of my G-Shocks, you know, like Shockwave, G-Shocks, they're both really durable. This one's made by Panasonic, not Casio, but as you can see here, it has a nice locking mechanism that once you, you know, you can, you know, it'll lock with that, and it's got a water seal around here, so it's water resistant, if you can see that orange lining. And all the buttons are actually covered in like a plastic shield, so you know, you could splash water all over it. It's not gonna affect anything. It's really cool. It runs on one AA battery, and I remember rocking this shit as a kid, and they were pricey, man. I didn't have it in this color. I believe I had a yellow one, but I got this thing for $3 at the flea market, so I could not resist. And the mother lode of my pickups for the week. This is something I always refuse to pay asking price for. And the reason for that is because I was always confident I would find this particular game at like a flea market or a garage sale for like a, you know, $5, $10, and for that reason I never picked it up. And that's Final Fantasy VII here. Now I didn't pick this up for $5. I paid exactly $40 for this, which, you know, I'm not too proud of, but it's a little under market value in my opinion. But the reason I picked this particular copy up and I passed up the same game for $40 many times is just because of the sheer mintness of this particular one. The discs are all complete with the manual, and there's not a single scratch on any disc. I mean, there is not one little scratch. It is mint as you can get. The manual has no folds or creases. It's even the jewel case is mint. I mean, so for that reason I had to pick this up. Final Fantasy VII. I remember ripping this up as a kid, and I've been dying to pick this one up, man. And I just refused to pay $40 to $50, $60, but just because of the sheer mintness of this particular copy, I had to pick this one up. So it was time. And I also just because this I also was encouraged to pick this up because I had this laying around the house from last week's pickups. I found this, my flea market friend also gave me this, and this is the Final Fantasy VII manual, which sells for almost damn well near the price of the game. So I was happy with that. Thanks for watching, guys.